Hey guys, and welcome to Pheas Airsoft, where today I'm unboxing this Golden Eagle GE6670 MCR LMG. Hey guys, and welcome back. If you do enjoy my content today or at all, please do consider liking and subscribing. It massively helps me out. That said, I'm going to get into my unboxing today. So this one is another one thanks to JTAC Customs and Virtus Systems. They've very graciously loaned me this new little toy from Golden Eagle to unbox today. So they've told me this is an LMG and it's a hell of a beast. Excuse me, the box is fairly nice actually as a lid. You've got GE on the front there, you've got the little logo on the top right corner, you've got some nice gold orange text, and then on the ends of the box you've got a few images. Ooh, there it is. I'm looking forward to this massively. So that's the GE6670 or MCR LMG. You've got the same sticker at the other end, just giving you a little bit of information. Now this box is pretty damn big. My camera's all the way up that it will go on this tripod, and it still can't see it all. So that's the lid out of the way. We've got the rather good quality foam box topper, keeping things safe. I'm really excited for this. Oh, look at that. Wow. Wow. We'll come back to that in a minute. So you get a nice little manual. Let's have a look in there. I am pretty sure or convinced that JG or Jingong and Golden Eagle are one and the same company, or one owns the other, just because you see parts for each other. Golden Eagle seem to be making it big at the minute, so they seem to be making a lot of stuff at the minute. The generic M4 user manual. This is M4 based, which we'll see in a minute, but nothing special there. We'll get that out of the way. So accessories wise, you get some nice little fake bullets that obviously add to the look. I'll show you those fitted in a minute. Little bag of BBs, you know, my usual thing, never going to be seen again. Charger in there, no use to anybody. Little mini type battery, again, never going to use that. That is an 1100 milliamp mini type NIM battery. We've got a that's well wedged in there, a box mag here that comes with it. That is an electric winding box mag, so you got off, auto and sound control, and you got the battery hatch underneath. I do know it does take 4 AAA batteries, which I'm going to fit in a minute to have a look at. I'm not overly impressed. It is just an M4 mag that's got a box on the bottom with an opening in the top to fill up with BBs. I believe it's about a 2,500 round box mag. There is a little hatch here. I'm guessing that's probably for the fake bullets to click into to complete the look. But you fill the box mag up via that top hole there, and it's obviously auto winding. There's no actual manual winding mechanism anywhere, so it's fairly solid. There's no creak in there. At first I thought it looked a bit cheap, actually. The more I hold it, there's a little bit of weight to it, not massively, but I suppose you possibly want it to be fairly light. But that's pretty cool. So obviously you can close that little hatch up if you don't want to have the fake bullets on. So we'll get that out of the way. Cleaning rods in there, not interested in that. And here it is. Ooh, that is well wedged in there. Ooh. The actual MCR LMG itself. So that is initially, I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous and I love it, but that's not as heavy as I was expecting it to be. I was actually expecting far heavier than it is. It's probably not much heavier, a little bit heavier than a standard full metal M4. We'll get rid of the metal end cap. So you got your M4 style birdcage flash hider on the end. You got a slightly fluted barrel. That's quite a nice effect there. You got like a big sort of handguard unit with a wrist rail on top. Key mod on the sides. Possibly M-lock compatible sections here as well for adding on extra bits and pieces. You've got a quick release sling loop at the front there that'll switch to either side, ambidextrous. That's pretty good. Click that back in. Now I'm guessing this possibly does something to releasing the outer barrel we'll have a look at that shortly. The carry handle, the handle spins, but it doesn't actually move at all. I think it just stays in that one position for carrying it. Obviously you've got a top cover. Now as you can see there, that is a standard M4 lower receiver and pistol grip, which nothing wrong with that. Means it's probably running a fairly standard version 2 gearbox. It has got a metal hop unit in there as well, which I'm fairly happy with. I quite like the stock on here, and the battery goes in the stock as well. And we've got a charging handle that folds down. It's not quite an M14 charging handle pull, but it's quite satisfying. It springs back and it gives you access to the hop unit. There's the hop adjustment, and we'll open the top cover up, lift that little bit up there. You can see the top of the gearbox is in there, and you can see the hop unit as well. So yeah, nice metal hop unit in there as well. The top of the gearbox looks like a fairly solid standard gearbox, version 2 gearbox. So put those down. There's your stock as well. The stock's plastic. I actually think pretty much everything is metal. The pistol grip obviously isn't, as you would normally find on an M4, but everything else appears to actually be metal. Considering that it's all metal, that is not very heavy at all. That's not a bad thing either. That's a good thing, purely because it means you can keep going all day with this thing, and it's going to be quite manageable to carry it all day. So click that in there. It took a good firm push in there, and it does look pretty damn meaty with that box mag in there. Obviously with 2,500 BBs in there, it's obviously going to add nearly another kilogram in weight, but that's pretty damn impressive really. I'm quite happy with that. Now, in terms of the battery, so you extend the stock out, you then pull the pin down, and that comes off, because this little part here is the battery compartment, and the only way really to get in there easily is to remove these 2 screws. So I'll just grab my screwdriver. I do, by the way, like the different trigger in there. I believe they're going for a Shrike LMG look with this, because if you Google Shrike LMG, it does look very similar to this. Hopefully I've got the right... Yeah, so it's a Phillips head screw. Pop that off. Now, the last thing I suppose I'm really hoping for from this, and I'm really excited about this, I'm actually looking forward to getting some use out of it before I have to give it back to JTAC. So the end cap just slid out there, popped out there, and the battery compartment just lifts up, and you can see there they fed the wire through. Now if I push that back out, it's wired to a mini Tamiya. It's got a little fuse there in line, and then obviously it's coiled up to match the extension of that. So you put your battery in there. That is not an awfully big storage area in there. I have got the trusty batteries that I usually use for my test fires, and to be fair, even the new Pro, maybe, no, I don't, those are not going to fit in there. So you're going to need a smaller, physically smaller LiPo if you're going to run a LiPo in this battery compartment. I assume a normal sized mini type battery will fit in there, so you can get LiPos within that form factor. Obviously if the 7.4 didn't fit, the 11.1 definitely will not fit in there. So bit of a gripe that, you know, they could have figured somewhere else, maybe put it in the handguard, the battery or something, but I do quite like the stock. I think it's different, it looks different, it just gives it a bit of a different appearance, and I do quite like that. So we'll do the rate of fire test now, just to see what it's like. So we'll start off with the 7.4 2200 milliamp LiPo from Nupro. Fairly standard battery that a lot of people have. So that's 7.4 and it's a 20C rating. So safety, single shot, full auto. A little bit disappointed, I'm not going to lie, in that. I was hoping for a little bit higher speed motor in there. That could be just down to the motor, which possibly partially is. It could also be down to the FPS. I don't actually know what this is doing at the minute, and I will go and chrono it in a minute using, I might even try and use the box mag to chrono it on. So we'll do the 11.1, so this is a Nupro 2600 11.1 20C rated battery. So that's connected up, safety, single shot. Obviously we always know this is going to be much cleaner and simpler, full auto. Now that is much more like what I would expect it to be, and possibly with a possible downgrade if it does need it for UK FPS, or a change of motor. I'm thinking a GMP M120 motor. That's going to be some sort of a powerhouse to be reckoned with, really. So I'm going to go and get this chronoed. I'll come back in a second and I'll update you on the chrono in. Hey guys, so I'm back from the chrono, and slightly disappointing news for me in the UK. It is doing 410 feet per second with the hot fully off. I chronoed it with the high cap in that you can see, and it does look pretty awesome actually with a high cap in it, as well as with the box mag as well. Not a massive issue, it just means I'm going to have to do a downgrade. It also means I get another video out of this because it means it gives me the chance to disassemble this and show you guys what's inside it. While I was messing about, I was having a look at this button here. I'm guessing, I was guessing probably a barrel release, and I'm right. So if you hold the button down and pull, it releases the whole outer barrel. So you could change the outer barrel for a different one, and then that just goes back in. And as you can see there, the gas rod sits in a certain position, it goes back, you press the button down and it locks back into place. So it's nice and solid, it's not going anywhere, but you know your barrel's in there, which is quite a nice thing. I'm guessing to disassemble it, it's probably very, very similar to an M4. I'm guessing front pin out, and all of this front assembly, upper assembly will just slide off out the way, and then we're left with a standard M4 lower, which will take a couple of minutes to disassemble. The RIS unit looks like, if you remove the outer barrel, a couple of screws out and this will all come off. In terms of fittings, I'm not sure if you could get anything else to fit this. To be fair, I love this so much, and the shape of it is really comfortable to hold. I don't think I'd bother. I have just realised there's another QD sling loop on the stock there, so you could get a sling, 2-point sling, because although it is relatively light, it's possibly about the same weight as my TK45. It's probably going to get heavy as the day goes on. Excuse me, not a bad thing. Also, I was also tinkering. What I've also done is I've put some AAA batteries in the thing, and I've finally used the BBs from the box just to see if the auto winding works. So there's a sound control which should work when the gun's firing. It can hear the gun firing, so it winds, and then there's also auto. So it's currently not wound at all, so let's see if it actually does wind. It's making it up. There it is, look. So that did definitely wind, and it brought it up to the top there. I don't know if that will keep going or not, but it's a start. I'm definitely happy with that. That's pretty damn good. I'll clear those out in a minute. And what I will do is I'll show you what it looks like with the fake rounds inserted as well. Just to clarify, I chronoed this with 0.2 gram BBs through a Mad Bull V1 chrono, and I did 10 shots. The highest shot was 410 FPS, the lowest shot was 406, but consistently there were 409, 410, which is why I said 410 FPS for this on this occasion. So to release the top cover, just press the button in, and that lifts the top cover up. You have also got this little bit as well, but we're leaving that down. And to fit this, I believe that sits there like that, so it looks like it's feeding the belt. That clicks back down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to release the BBs. Quite a few BBs down that feeding tube, so you know that's quite a lot of pressure that was built up there. So I'll just leave them out of the way. Click that in. That doesn't take a good firm click. Obviously 2,500 rounds, you're going to be going for quite a while with that. And then the rounds, it just there we go, it clicked into place, and then obviously arrange them. I'll be honest, I absolutely love that. I think that looks amazing with the 4 rounds in the side of it. I just think that looks absolutely incredible. I have a bit of an agreement with my wife that if I want to get something new, I've got to sell something. I think I'll be selling something to get one of these because I am so impressed with it. I love the weighting of it, I love the look of it. Gonna have to downgrade it, not a mega issue. Probably put an upgraded motor in it as well, just to up the rate of fire. You know, a support weapon like this, an LMG, should be something to be worried about by other people. So I need to get that rate of fire up quite high. So absolutely love it. Really, really happy with it. I will leave the usual photos after this. Please do consider liking and subscribing. It really helps me out. And I will see you next time. Bye.